For your drawing today of your hand, you are going to need the correct paper. You're going to find it in your Calvert High folder. So on the right-hand side, we have watercolor paper. On the left-hand side, you have gray charcoal paper, and you have a heavier grade of like a white paper behind it. That is the paper that you need to do this drawing on. You are going to start by putting your hand on this paper, and you're going to have it come in from the corner. You're going to have a sharpened, you can either use a number 2 pencil or an HB or even a 2B works fine. You want to make sure that it is sharp, and when you trace your hand, you are going to come in from the edge. So if you are right-handed, you're drawing your left hand. If you're left-handed, you're going to be tracing your right hand. But it is flat, and you're going to come in from the edge, and you're going to trace around your hand. Now, the one thing I can say is keep your pencil very vertical. You don't want it sliding under your fingers or they will be way too thin. You don't want it angling out or they will be way too thick. The other thing you want to do as you work is don't pick up your hand once you're done tracing. You will be making marks on the outside edges of your hand to show where those lines go for your knuckles. So you're going to make marks both sides, just small little marks on the sides. So we make sure that we are putting those lines on in the correct places. Okay, and on your thumb, you want to make sure you're marking because your thumb is turned sideways where you have the thumb lines here, this inside line, and where the thumbnail comes in. Okay, so when you remove your hand, you should see these small marks on either side. And then you're going to start like this. So I'm going to start with my index finger. I'm going to lower this down so that we are focusing on one thing at a time. Okay. So when we're focusing on this finger, you're going to put your finger right next to the one that you're drawing, and you're going to first be looking at this. You're looking at this angle that occurs, leaving the skin here. So angling in, the curve that sits at the bottom of your nail, and this angling back out. You're looking at the lines as they come across. None of them should go edge to edge. You'll have some gapping of skin on both sides, but you're then trying to capture the actual shape of the line. For the knuckle line, I have a slight crescent right here. For the knuckle line, you're going to see the lines that are sitting above the main portion of your knuckle will curve in sort of a frown or downward curve. And then the lines that are in the middle, you're going to have to really watch what direction they go. You're looking to create the same gap. And if your line's Y out, you're going to make sure you're capturing those and putting in all of the lines. They should match up. You will do all fingers. So each time you do this, you'll be putting your finger down right next to the one you're drawing, capturing the shape of your nail and erasing and fixing as you go till it looks alike. You may have more than one line here. I have a couple on this one. And capturing the knuckle lines. For your thumb, because your thumb is turned sideways, you're going to pull this close to you. And the first thing you're going to do is come in. This comes in from the edge. Because your thumb is turned, it goes up, and then it turns and goes out. And I can see finger above here. For here, I'm going to be drawing these lines as I see them. I've got two big lines here and here, and they travel a little bit more than half across. And then where this dent is on this far side is going to be this line. I also have, when my hand is out and relaxed, I have some lines that will occur in here and here. And again, you're pulling this close to you and drawing those details. What I shouldn't, and once you finish all four fingers with both sets of knuckle lines and your thumb, then you're going to photograph and submit. What I should not see is this. So if you're drawing this and suddenly you're angling underneath, if you go to lift yours up, and you may have put your marks on the outside already too, but if it looks something like this, you've gone under your fingers. If it looks something like this, you have angled out and you have made it too thick, then you're going to, that means you're too far away from your hand, you were angling out with your pencil, you need to redraw. Now you don't have a ton of these heavy tag pieces in there. The other thing is when you start looking at your finger, remember, you're looking for the shape of your nail. At no point does the nail take up the whole end of your finger. Never ever will I see that. Okay? Your fingernail's always going to be this shape where you're looking at the skin that's on the outer edge, then the curve at the bottom, the curve that sits here. Your lines here will never go straight across edge to edge. I should not see this. 1, 2, 3. They'll never do that. However, they will sort of follow that on the top edge. So this line up here is going to be going across. Here, you're going to see the lines that are here will arc over some, and the ones that are on the bottommost edge will arc under some. The ones that are in the middle are all unique to you. So when you're finding those, you're really looking, what direction are they going? And once you finish all of them, you photograph and upload.